Hi everyone, let's talk about Outlander Season 3, Episode 8, First Wife. Now this is another pretty quiet episode. I don't have any quick thoughts, so I just want to jump right into Lallybroch. So we're back in Lallybroch, and this time, Jamie is taking Claire and young Ian back with him. And we see a little bit of what's been going on in those past 20 years. Mostly lots and lots of babies. And mostly for me, it was nice to see Jenny again. I loved seeing her reaction to Claire because it's a little different from other people's reactions. She's a little bit like, right, you're back. But where were you? Like, what, why did you leave? And she's not really buying the whole story because for her, knowing Claire, she's like, she would have never left, which, she's right. There's something more to the story. And I love the different ways that Jamie and Claire are trying to figure out to explain her absence. And I just kept thinking, why don't they just tell her? And I know they address it a little bit in this episode, but I don't agree with Jamie's reason. He's like, well, she wouldn't really believe it. I'm like, I feel like she thinks she already knows something is off. So if you did tell her, well, this is the truth, she might actually believe it. If anything, I feel like it would be a good thing. I did like the moment between her and Ian, where Ian also does sort of the voice of reason a little bit, where he tells her, all these years you kept saying how you wanted Jamie to be happy. Well, he's happy. Can't you be happy? And she's like, I hate when you're right. And that leads me to talking about Jamie's wife. So at the end of last episode, we found out that Jamie remarried and has another wife, a second wife. And I sort of suspected that it might be Leary, after thinking about it throughout the week. I was like, I wonder who it could be. And I was like, well, it's probably Leary because it makes the most sense of, if you have a returning character and if it's he's not mentioning it to her. So yeah, Leary is back and she looks crazy. Not that she was never, but she looks crazier than usual, And I like the fact that Jamie didn't just, marry her and is really with her and had babies with her or anything. And because, I don't know, I don't think that would have made sense to me exactly, but it does make sense that he would have seen her a widow with two young girls, and he seemed to really like the girls and feel for them. So he's like, all right, maybe they need a father figure, and Claire's not coming back, so I'm just gonna try to make something work in my life, at least maybe give those girls some sort of stability or something to help them grow up. Unfortunately, Leary is not taking Claire's return really well. She's tried to kill her before, and then she tried to kill her again. Shoots Jamie instead. So then we get Claire using her medical knowledge again, and she's probably like, I'm so glad I went to medical school right now. She's gonna be very useful, I have a feeling. Totally random thought. When I was looking at Claire doing the surgery, and you see young Ian kind of looking at her being like, wow, what is that? What are you doing? I wondered if he might be inspired by her to start learning medicine, and if she might, kind of mentor him, or I don't know. I just thought it would be kind of cool. I was like, oh, what if he got inspired by her? That'd be kind of interesting twist, going from selling, booze to being a doctor. Back to Leary. Unfortunately, she wants alimony. So now we're kind of tying things up a little bit with Jamie explaining the treasure that he found when he escaped Ardmir's prison for a day, and then we're like, oh, okay, I get it, all makes sense. So now it's all connected, and they're like, yeah, there's a treasure there, and since we kind of need money, how about we go get it? So young Ian volunteers to go get it. Honestly, I did not see that ending coming. But before I talk about that, I do want to mention that quick scene that we had between Jamie and Claire while they're waiting for Ian to go get the treasure, and how, she's questioning whether she should have come back. And again, this is one of the things that I really appreciate about Outlander, is that they don't make everything seem so easy and so wonderful. A lot of it is beautiful, and, the romance and all that is great, but there's also that thing where they don't pretend like 20 years didn't pass. 20 years passed, and also during those 20 years, your idea of what the relationship was at the time, you might have made it seem a little better than what it really was, or you're also a different person, so now your approach is different, you've evolved. She's gone, like she says, wow, all these years, I had with a daughter, how to practice. You know, it wasn't that bad. You know, now that she's back, she's like, you know, Boston's kind of nice. And I think, you know, the idea of someone is also different than just being confronted by him, especially since it's been 20 years. So Jamie has changed a little bit. Again, human beings are complex, relationships are hard. And I like that we see a little bit of this, you know, her doubting. And of course, you know, just because it's getting hard doesn't mean that it's not worth it. And Jamie's like, no, you will not do this to me, because no. Unfortunately, that conversation is kind of cut short because there's like a ship that arrives at the island just randomly there, where I'm like, really? Out of all the times that you're gonna go find the treasure. So Ian gets taken, and I don't know what the ship is about. Is it like a pirate ship? What's going on? I was just like, what? But I'm guessing then that of course leads Jamie and Claire to go find him and go on like another journey. It's like, I think this was kind of the setup for the second part of the season where they're gonna go on a new adventure. So that's exciting, I think. Of course, I would love to hear what you thought of this episode. I don't think we had too much happen apart from the big reveal of Jamie's wife and, you know, Ian being taken at the end, which, you know, is already pretty big. But yeah, I'm expecting next week to be a little more action. So looking forward to that. If you want to talk more about Outlander, you can always follow me on Twitter at Sandrine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.